Imagine being 16 years old and getting not one, but 2 girls pregnant.
How impressive.
Remember to wrap up, kids, or this could be your life. This is 2015's Double Daddy. I'm Jay Harangue and I've wasted hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
First, a warning. This film deals with sensitive subjects such as miscarriages, unplanned pregnancies, and the options available when such situations arise. I will be handling these subjects in the least sensitive way possible, and I don't want to upset anyone, so if this is something you think you may find upsetting, I suggest watching one of my other videos instead. If you've not seen it already, I recommend this one, Killer Grades, the story of a deadly academic decathlon team.
Really? Really?
For everyone else, we start at Connor's party. Connor's in high school and his parents are away, so he's drinking heavily. His girlfriend Amanda's not there because she's been at some camp all summer. Also at the party is this girl Heather, who's checking out all Connor's parents' stuff.
Who invited the skank?
That was this guy Lucas, who found her on social media. Connor needs more beer, so he goes into the garage, but Heather's in there waiting for him. Connor is so drunk that everything's spinning.
I can make it stop spinning.
And then they bang. About a month later, it's the first day of school, and Connor is reunited with his girlfriend Amanda.
Hey, Connor.
Hey.
Amanda's like, who's that?
Just some new chick Lucas friended. You know how he is.
Yeah, right.
But Amanda's suspicious, so finds her profile online, where Heather's posted a photo of herself with Connor at the party. Amanda tells her friend she hopes Connor hasn't been messing about because her period is late. Her friend's like, have you told Connor?
And totally freak him out? Absolutely not.
When Amanda gets home, she sees her sister crying to her mum and asks what's going on.
Your sister had another miscarriage.
Poor thing.
Yeah, Amanda's sister loses babies like loose change down the back of her couch, so probably best not to mention the whole late thing. Over at Heather's horrible house, we find out that she's pregnant too, and she posts a selfie holding up her positive test. Connor's at Amanda's house when his friend messages to tell him the news.
What is it?
He's like, oh, nothing. The next day at school, Heather tells Connor they need to talk.
I'm keeping it.
Oh dear. Understandably, Connor acts strangely for the rest of the day, and Amanda suspects something's up. When she gets home, she's doing her own pregnancy test when she gets a call from her friend about Heather's latest post, naming Connor as the father of her baby. Amanda tries to call Connor, but he's not in the mood to deal with that too. The next day...
What is this?
Hey, I got the blood results back. I'm for sure pregnant.
Is this real?
It is.
I didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
Amanda storms off crying, but Heather's really pleased with herself. Later that night, Connor sends Amanda a message telling her to meet him outside her house. He tries to apologize, but she's not having any of it, so he cries. But he's not giving up. The next day in class, he's trying to apologize, but Amanda tells the teacher, Mrs. Wolk, who's got a massive forehead, and Mrs. Wolk lets Amanda swap seats with Heather.
Ooh.
And oh no, while all that's going on, Amanda's mum's found her pregnancy test.
Oh no!
Back at school, Heather tells Connor that her mum's not around and that her dad's a loser, so she doesn't have any money for the baby.
I'll take care of it, okay?
Back at home, Amanda's parents confront her about the pregnancy test.
Connor doesn't know I haven't told him.
Why?
He cheated on me, Mom, and she's pregnant too.
So Amanda's parents decide that it's time for a family trip to Connor's parents' house.
What?
You can imagine how this is going to go down. Yep.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, dear.
Connor's dad is livid and can't believe Connor could be so stupid.
There is a way to handle this, right?
I'm keeping the baby.
And there's more.
Oh, yes, there is.
There's a girl at school who's claiming she's also pregnant with Connor's baby.
What is this, a joke?
No. Who is this girl?
I don't even know her.
Whoa, wait a second.
It's not true.
Connor's dad is understandably furious, and both girls are determined to keep the babies. Connor's life is ruined, and there's no way out of this. Or is there?
Is this some kind of sick joke?
Yes.
I did warn you.
True.
While Connor's parents are devastated by this news, over at Heather's horrible house, she's posting celebratory selfies with comments like, "My baby daddy loves my other baby bumps." Amanda sees this and decides to do some digging on Heather. She finds her previous high school group and sees this photo. And the comments section suggests that Heather has faked a pregnancy before. Over at Heather's, her ex-boyfriend Trent has come round. He's like, "Heather, are you trying another fake pregnancy thing?" And she's like, "No, this time it's real." And he's like, "Whatever." The next day at school, Amanda tells Connor that Heather has a history of faking pregnancies. Heather overhears this and she's like, "Shut up, Amanda. You're just jealous because I'm having Connor's baby." And she's like, "I'm not actually, because I'm pregnant too." All the other students are like, "Ooh," and film the argument on their phones. Mrs. Walt comes over with a massive forehead and calls an ambulance, so Heather is taken to hospital, where Connor's mum comes to pick him up.
I take it you're Heather.
Yes.
Have you had a paternity test?
No.
It's just a blood test.
You can't make me do it.
We'll see about that.
Sadly for Connor and his family, the paternity test shows the baby is Connor's.
Oh.
4 months later, Connor has shown up to Amanda's ultrasound. He really wants to get back with her, and they're having a girl, yeah. At Heather's house, her dad walks in on her, trying on the maternity clothes Connor's parents have bought her.
It's not your problem, Dad.
Yeah, you're damn right that ain't my problem.
Nice. Anyway, because Heather's dad's not interested, she spends her whole time calling and messaging Connor. When she finds out he's at Amanda's ultrasound, she takes a pill that endangers the baby, so Connor has to come over now.
You need anything?
I'd love something to drink.
When Connor's in the kitchen, Heather sees a message on his phone from Amanda, so she replies saying, "I'm staying at Heather's," and deletes both messages. Connor looks around Heather's house and doesn't want his baby sleeping there because it's disgusting. So he asks his mum to pay to have it fixed up. His mum's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And by take care of it, she means go and give Heather's dad $100,000 to keep Heather out of Connor's life. Heather's dad's like, "Where do I sign?" And when Heather gets home, she sees that her dad has taken everything and left with the money. So now Heather's homeless. Good. After a successful date, Amanda comes back to Connor's house.
What's going on?
Heather's father has left.
Your mom tried to pay him off. This is the only place I could think of to go.
So Heather will be living there from now on, and Amanda has had enough. That night,
I was thinking maybe we could set up a room here, like a nursery. There's a school field trip next week. It's like $20 to go.
and things only get worse. Later, while Connor's asleep, Heather sneaks into his bed and takes a photo of them. The next morning, Connor's off to breathing classes with Amanda, and Heather is determined to ruin that, so she's going to follow them in Connor's dad's car. But oh no, Trent has arrived. He's like, okay, I want in on this scam. Start sending me money or I'll tell these people what you're really like.
Little slut.
So he's dead. Heather somehow manages to get his body into the trunk of Connor's dad's car, drive it to her dad's house and bury the body under the floorboards, then get changed and still have time to catch the end of Amanda and Connor's breathing class.
Very impressive indeed.
When Connor drops Amanda home, she suggests giving their baby to her sister. And Connor's like, yeah, okay. Heather's followed them and sees them kiss, so tries to run Amanda over. When she gets back to Connor's house, Connor's mum's like, what the hell are you doing? You can't just take my husband's car. But Heather's in no mood for this, so she throws a plate and threatens Connor's mum.
Don't you mess with me or my baby, Diane, because you will be so sorry.
Ooh. When Connor gets home, he hears all about this, and it's decided that from now on, his parents will pay to put Heather up in a depressing bedsit. Back at Amanda's house, Amanda and Connor tell Amanda's sister and her husband, who's a non-speaking extra, that they want them to adopt their baby.
Amanda, are you sure?
We're sure.
I don't know what to say.
Say yes.
We're gonna have a baby.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Although it doesn't actually end up happening.
What?
Yeah, more on that later. The next day is the school field trip. Mrs. Walk and her massive forehead are taking the kids to whatever this is. I think it's some sort of Native American village. This whole thing is really awkward because Amanda and Connor are acting like a couple in front of Heather, who's also pregnant with Connor's baby. It gets worse when Mrs. Walk and her massive forehead divide the kids into two groups. One group is going with Mrs. Walk and her massive forehead to the park, while the other is going to the conservation centre with Grey Eagle. Imagine having to pay to go on this field trip. This is shit. Anyway, Heather and Amanda are in Mrs. Walt's group, but Connor is going with Grey Eagle. Amanda needs to use the bathroom, but the nearest one is at the conservation centre, so she has to walk all the way back there. And oh no, Heather has followed her. She's like, Amanda, Connor's having sex with me every night behind your back.
Just stop, Heather.
He doesn't love you.
Why did you have to get pregnant?
Amanda sees that Heather has a knife, so she runs away, but Heather is chasing. Meanwhile, back at the conservation centre, Connor's worried that Amanda's been gone for ages, so he goes to find her. Heather gets up and is about to smash Amanda's head in with a rock when... That's right, Heather's baby's coming, and Amanda has to deliver it.
Amanda! It's our baby!
1 month later, Amanda's had her baby, and they decide to keep it after all. Unlucky, love. Connor's parents then arrive with his other baby, and everyone's really happy, yeah. I wonder where Heather is. Oh, she's in prison. The police found Trent's body under the floorboards at her dad's house.
It's life in prison, no parole.
Whatever.
When her lawyer goes for a shit, Heather grabs his phone and starts taking prison selfies and uploading them to social media. And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And please consider joining my Patreon. There's a link in the description. Thank you.